That's my son, by the way, Brandon.
No, but I knew he was coming.
And then Brady and Raina are twins, and then Izzy's in the middle.
Somebody had good insight.
Yeah, he has 4-year-old twins too. He has one other friend.
Well, so finally got to close up the ledger on the Christmas season for 2023. Seems like every year it takes longer and longer to get it done.
Well, I know. I'm going to put in a larger order for coal next Christmas. This generation of entitled children hardly deserve better.
Well, you know, let's hold off on that order for right now, Ronnie, because we can always find some good in children. We just need to dig deeper, mine deeper, and find a way to renew their Christmas spirit.
I think you may have to mine all the way to the South Pole.
Oh, Ronnie, you are such a pessimist. I can't believe that you and Rudolph are twins. You know, he's very optimistic, especially considering, you know, all the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Well, at least they noticed him with that big shiny nose. It was as if I didn't even exist. I didn't get to play in any reindeer games either. I had to work twice as hard for everything.
And look where you are today, right? Personal assistant to the big man himself, Mr. Claus, not to mention his right-hand gal.
Well, I will try to have a brighter outlook on life, but it is very difficult with a 1,000-watt nose in your face. I will try harder to appreciate my life, because I love working with you and Santa.
And speaking of Santa, we need to tell him we're finished. Oh, Santa, dear!
Typical man.
Sorry. Well, then we need to say, hey, Santa,
The ledger is done.
And you know what that means?
Christmas is all tied up with a nice little bow.
No,
Well?
even better. Why?
Yeah, I can't wait. After 11 months of reindeer rocking and elf knocking, all that hard work, I'm so excited. And I can't figure out what I like best. Oh. You know, there's so many options, like the white sandy beaches.
I think it's the sun.
What?
The sun.
What about the blue surf?
Nope, it's the sun.
What about those adorable tropical, you know, those cocktails with the cute little umbrellas?
Definitely the sun.
Well, this means that we're ready to go.
Well, almost. I have to run over to the elf office to check the list for vacation
dear, we've been doing this for a couple millennia. You would think by now they'd have it right.
Well, you know, Santa, it is a list. And of course, I'm going to check it twice.
Yeah, OCD seems to run in the family.
Ronnie, let's get this show on the road. You might as well call an Uber sled. That was fast.
Not so fast, Santa. Remember me?
What are you doing to Santa Claus? My husband!
The famous Mrs. Claus. I thought she'd be a bit more apron-wearing, wire-rimmed glasses. Grandma-ish, you know?
Never heard of contact lenses? That is quite the stereotype. Have you not been watching any Christmas specials? It is 2024 after all, not 1965.
Definitely. As sweet as I imagined. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Owen Bratkowski, and I'm here for retribution.
Well, that explains absolutely nothing.
Well, Venison Burger, I'll enlighten you. When I was 7 years old, I asked Santa for a Red Ryder special edition toy truck. And I didn't get that truck when I was 7, so I've come for it now.
So how much do you think that truck is worth now?
The Red Ryder Special Edition toy truck is extremely rare, and it's even rarer today. One sold at auction last year for $1 million. And so I have come for what Santa owes me. And he owes me big time, or he's gonna have to pay. And that payment may involve a great deal of pain.
Okay, now we know what your complaints are, but what about your associates?
Yeah, what's with the low rent Bonnie and Clyde?
Hey, you watch it, or there'll be a fillet of flying furball on the menu tonight.
I will pick my teeth with your antlers.
Oh, the visual.
We.
Okay, all right. Play nice. That kind of behavior, straight to the naughty list. Straight there.
I think they have a lifetime membership on that particular list.
Not helping, Ronnie.
We three have all come to know what a fraud Santa is. Each of my companions and myself have been viciously wronged by Santa and have their reasons to assist me in my quest to make the fat man pay for his crimes. I've worked long and hard to build my team.
Yeah, sort of went through all that. Yeah. It was on the list, too.
So come now, my dear. You look like such a sweet little doll. Or hooker. How has Santa wronged you?
May I introduce Not So Chatty Kathy, one of Santa's misfit dolls.
Left you by an uncaring Santa. Forever silent, unable to communicate her wants and needs.
She has no voice box. She's suffered all her life from what Santa did, or rather, what he failed to do.
What do you expect? Never to able to express her hopes and dreams. The language of love ripped from her quivering lips.
Breathe, breathe, it's okay, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, like all good Hallmark movies, these two are destined to stay together.
Be strong, my dear. Santa doesn't make mistakes, right? So, like all God's creatures, you were created fearfully and wonderfully with a purpose. We just have to find out what that purpose is. It will mend your broken heart. Yeah. In the meantime, here's a tablet and a pen. So you can write down what you want us to know. Oh. That's pretty descriptive.
Huh? Hey, where do you think you're rolling off to? We barely started with you. Traliel, secure our captive, please.
Yes, you have much to answer for, wicked oppressor.
Hey, you Middle-earth moron, you can't talk to Santa that way. I know everybody has a right to their opinion.
And we have a right not to agree with that opinion. I don't know where all this anger is coming from.
I suffered for many years under the wheel of Santa's tyranny, and I tried tirelessly to break my fellow elves and brother and sister elves from the yoke of his oppression.
I thought I recognized, I just could have swore I recognized you from somewhere. But I never dreamt it was right here in Santa's workshop.
Wait a minute. I know you. Tra-la-la, right? La-la-la-la-la.
I no longer identify by that dead name. I am Traliel of Isengard.
Oh, yeah. You always were a bit of an odd child. Never quite fit in.
Odd, more like nuttier than a 5-pound fruitcake. Remember the elf strike of '97?
Oh, you know what? I kind of do. And I feel a flashback coming on.
What do we want?
Fair wages!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Fair wages!
When do we?
All right, everybody, we have a lot of work to do here, and sweet sugar plum fairy, what's going on here?
There he is, my fellow elves, the face of the oppression. Hear me, thy name is McJingles.
Oppression? I'm supervisor. What is
La 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 la.
well, what is the meaning of all this?
We're forming a union. We want to have a voice in the workplace.
Labor united will never be divided.
And a shrill, high-pitched voice it is.
The working conditions here are lousy. The temperature is 50 below, and that's before the wind chill factor. And we were required to wear shorts and tights. The chafing alone is torture.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Santa has always paid his workers fairly and decently.
He pays in snow.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, we will not be paid in snow.
Santa pays in cold, hard cash.
Hey, hey, oh no.
I don't know where this lie started, besides tra-la-la.
La 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 la.
You are forgetting all of the fringe benefits.
Sure, we can have all the coffee, the candy cane and cocoa in the break room that we want, but all that does is give us a sugar high. And then when the crash hits, we won't be able to make enough toys to fill all of Santa's orders.
Well,
We'll be half asleep. Not to mention, Tinsel is living with aggressive type 2 diabetes, and Sparkle's teeth are rotting out.
I've seen it. Flaming figgy pudding. It's like looking into a portal of hell.
And you won't let us see the one elf who became a dentist.
Oh, Hurry is dead to me. Oh. Okay. Would it help if we hired more elves?
The hiring practices here are already questionable. We are fairly certain some of them are just children. It's very adorable, but illegal.
Well, I know the interns. They seem to get younger every year, but I swear, they're all elves. So what is this all about? More pay and health care?
And a pool table.
You're elves. Make a pool table.
We don't want to take our work home with us.
Really? This is getting out of hand. Remember, it's about how happy your work makes the world.
You mean the 2 billion people that celebrate Christmas? Have you seen their wish list? Most of them have highly complicated electronics. Some of us have had to get advanced degrees to put that stuff together. And now we're drowning in student loan. Polar University wants to repossess my slave.
Well, that's too bad, but I'm sure it sounds high, but remember, you don't make toys for that. Kids on the naughty list, they go off cold.
Coal they have us mining.
There's been a collapse in Shaft D.
What was that?
All emergency crews report to
I-
Shaft D. All emergency crews report to Shaft D.
An emergency? Oh, that can't be good, an emergency in Shaft D. Okay, well. So, where's all of this coming from?
Well, the Lollipop Guild is unionized. They've got dental. And look, even the reindeer have it good with SPCA. So pay us fairly, get health, dental, outsource mining of the dwarves to dwarves. They are better suited for it. And I know they are looking for work now that Disney has decided to do all that diversity hiring.
Well, no deal. You know, what's to prevent me from hiring a bunch of Sims? I'm sure I could bring in a busload of gnomes who will work for cheap.
Okay, okay. Just put in a pool table in the break room and throw in dental.
What is it with you and dental? Dwarves for mining operations. I'm gonna pitch that on Santa.
Is it any wonder Tralliel was crushed under the weight of Santa's injustices? He has built a life in Middle-earth, and he's left the nightmare of Santa's village behind him.
Nightmare, more like a dream.
Okay, so we've heard all your complaints. Now we know what they are. So how do we release Santa?
So, are you ready to negotiate?
Oh no, not me. We have our own negotiator.
He's the North Pole's nutcracker of negotiation.
May I introduce Jolly McJingles?
Dad?
I used to sit down that long.
So this is my grandson Brandon. Have you met him before? I just gotta have across the street. Yeah. Yeah. And you know Raina and Raina. And this is Kinsey. Have been in my place and she is so good. I was very intimidated, but the good news is she didn't know my script, so I could say whatever I wanted. Yeah. Oh, wow. My
I was in for. I did in 5th grade, but it was silent because I wasn't hearing anything, so I guess didn't. You what?
Silent play.
No, those are hard to do though. That's its own my voice. And now can hear anyone. Okay. Okay.
Excuse me again, please.
It's very Yes. It's a good script, good activity.